are the New York Knicks. I'm back in the New York groove. Well, it's the Knicks. New York. We are the New York Knicks. New York. For this new season we're about to enter, the Knicks taking no shorts just like winter. New York, New York.
New York be about the Knicks, huh?
But the best thing about New York City is
K-N-I-C-K-S.
Everybody say go New York, go New York, go!
Go New York, go New York, go!
Everybody, it is the New York Knicks podcast, episode 698. I am Jay. How's it going, Mark?
Good. We're doing a lot of episodes for a show that got canceled a year and a half ago.
Sure are. Yeah.
Sure.
I was looking at our download numbers. I'm like, wow, our download numbers went down a lot after we took 10 months off. No, I'm not the CEO of Netflix. Sorry.
I think that joke was for Break of Sanity, not for Knicks. There's a whole thing about Netflix. They were like, why are shows' ratings going down? And they were like, well, it takes 7 years off between the seasons. But let's do. We actually have done more episodes of Knicks lately than Break. But we'll hit Break this summer also. Knicks probably will not be another episode for a long time. But we wanted to do. We are still in a title high. Are you on a title high, Jay?
Yeah, I see. It's funny because you go online and you see these people like getting excited about these like really marginal players, and you're just like, yeah, I remember when we were like that too. Just trying to talk ourselves into like Mo Bamba or something, and I'm like, we don't have to do that anymore.
There was a perfect post before I saw on Twitter. It was someone posting here the 13, 14 men on the Wizards, and they're like this is a top 8 team in the East. I'm like, I remember back in the day when I had to like talk myself into our big hope being that we're the 8th seed.
Yeah.
Those days are behind us, Wizards. We don't have to have these stupid posts like you guys are having.
Like, guys, what if Jaden Hardy has a breakout year?
What if Anthony Davis stays healthy?
Yeah, so it's really nice just not having to talk ourselves into these scrubs and or the what ifs. You know, we had that what if 6 Knicks didn't get injured against the Pacers. We don't have to worry about that.
I am still in awe of this title run. I have watched the highlights from especially game 4. The game 4 highlights I've watched maybe 500 times. I just keep watching them on loop.
So,
and then, it's amazing.
Fun fact, it's not really a fun fact, it's a fact that Brunson did all that with a broken wrist.
Was it broken?
I think so. He just got surgery on it. Either way, he was injured. You remember when LeBron got eliminated and he put on a wrist brace for pity? Meanwhile, Brunson actually injures it and it needs surgery, and he doesn't. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. There's built differently. I'm just leading into it because I'm so glad we're not part of the LeBron circus. I don't want the documentary cameras rolling in for his farewell tour documentary and all that nonsense that's going to come with it. And great. It looks like he's going to come to an East team and let them deal with that zoo and that circus and all that distraction.
You know, if the Knicks did not win the title this year, there's a decent chance I could see the Knicks going hard for LeBron and LeBron considering coming here because it would be one of those like notches on the belt, like I brought the first title to New York in 53 years or whatever.
Yeah.
It would be a huge thing, and I could see him doing it, but I cannot see him coming here and go, I'm trying to win back-to-back. Like, that would be kind of lame. Like, no one's going to be that impressed.
He saw what happened to Kevin Durant when he did that with Golden State. There's no way he's going to end his career doing something like that.
Right. I'm going to go for a title. I'm going to go to try to win get an extra ring with a team that just won the title that doesn't really need me.
And also, if they don't win, then it's like, yeah, forget it. Like, you joined a championship team and you couldn't win. Like, it's like a lose-lose situation for him.
There's no real winning. Also, like, people that say, like, why wouldn't you want LeBron on the team? He's going, all-time great player, and still great at this age, he's going to screw up chemistry. He has to, he's not coming off the bench. He's starting. The starting lineup changes. The dynamics change.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, you want Brunson having the ball in his hands and at the end of the game. Well, now LeBron wants the ball in his hand. Like, The dynamics would change. I think he would screw up our chemistry. It is not worth. And him coming to your team on a league minimum which is what the rumor is crazy. Like, to get a guy at his level on league minimum, but it's not, or vet minimum, it's not worth it. Like, the Knicks should not go for him. I like our title chances. Even if LeBron's like, I'm happy to be your third string center, which we need. I'm not all in for LeBron.
I would listen if he wanted to come off the bench and play backup center.
Yeah.
I'm kind of desperate for a third string center right now.
I know I said I didn't really need to play and I'd be your backup center. Anyway, I'm demanding 40 minutes a night starting. I'm not going to play defense. Let's deal with it.
Yeah, that's the problem. Even if he played center, he's not going to play defense.
Halfway through the season, he'd be like, I want Mike Brown fired. Can we trade Josh Hart?
Yeah.
It would just be like all this shit going on. Like, the vibes were amazing. We're bringing back almost the entire team, minus Mitchell Robinson. So where we are...
And Huck Porty.
And Huck Porty.
That's it.
We are...
The Knicks won the championship and brought back almost every single player, which is pretty crazy.
On amazing deals.
Yeah.
Amazing deals. They got Alvarado, Diawara, and Shamet. They got back for so little.
Yeah.
In terms of contracts. I have a conspiracy theory with Diawara.
Okay.
Tell me if you agree with this or not. I think at some point last year, Leon Rose and company were like, Diawara is actually really good. And if we keep playing him, there is no chance he's going to be on the team next year. We are just not going to be able to afford him. Around the end of the season, let's bury the shit out of him. We can win without him. We don't need him for the playoffs. He is not playing. Not even goddamn garbage time. This guy is going to be buried on the bench. We're going to ruin his confidence and get him on a 4-year deal.
I mean, I'm not totally against that conspiracy theory.
I really think it didn't make sense why he didn't make it to play in the playoffs. Like, he is... I mean, you were destroying teams, so you don't really need him. But, like, you're like, this guy's going to be a restricted free agent. We cannot match any big deals for this guy. I am 100% all in on the fact that they buried him just so they could re-sign him.
So they also got Drummond, who's,
yes.
I guess, their Mitch replacement, and now they're looking for their Huck Porty replacement, or vice versa.
So Jay and I, we obviously talk a lot about this. We agree that we would have lost our ever-living goddamn mind over the NBA draft if not for the fact that Leon Rose he's earned everyone's faith and trust by winning a goddamn championship. But, like, his moves at the draft, you're like, what is going on?
If they didn't win the championship and Rose passed on 2 centers in the draft, we probably this would be the most annoying episode we've ever done, probably. I would not shut up about it.
I would not. I would be so angry. I mean, they even drafted the center and then sold him to Detroit.
Right.
Like, it was just so
Again,
insane.
another center they're just giving to Detroit.
Just giving to Detroit. So, yeah, I have to think, like, so the arguments in favor of what, like, Leon we trust. The arguments in favor. So, first of all, do you think Leon Rose was in favor of going over the apron? What do you think? The second apron's the issue. Like, that was the issue with re-signing Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
And Dolan obviously went on the WFAN and said we'd have to be crazy to go into the second apron. We're not doing it. The second apron's the hard cap, which the Knicks are acting like that's the hard cap, and a lot of teams are acting like that. What do you think the Knicks should have gone to the second apron?
I don't know. Like, there is a lot of penalties for it. I don't feel comfortable with Mitch at $15 million a year. Do you?
No, I mean, I no question. Like, Mitchell Robinson taking the money and leaving for Boston. I mean, like, obviously, I don't like him going to Boston, but, like, he deserves his bag. Like, it's life-changing money. It's not like he's earned. It's not like LeBron James where he's earning like $50 million a year and has like $1 billion. Mitchell Robinson, and obviously he has a lot of money, obviously, because these are rich athletes. But, like, he deserves his bag, and the Knicks were not going to be able to pay him nearly as much. I did not want to pay him 3 years at $45 million. It didn't sound like a great deal.
No, I mean, he didn't play back-to-backs all season, and he was capped at like 20 minutes a game, and he still missed a few games with injuries.
He really wasn't. He had an all-time great rebound in the finals, did almost nothing else in the finals. Mm-hmm. He was not that good in the playoffs. He's always the whole hack-a-Mitch thing. He cannot hit a free throw. He's injured a lot also. He really looks like a guy that cannot play more than 20 minutes a night going forward. there are a lot of issues with Mitchell Robinson. I'd love to have him back, but I'm not at that contract. I can understand him leaving.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm not like. I wish I had his defense still. Like Andre Drummond is a great. You make up for his rebounding, but you don't make up for. And Mitchell Robinson's still a better rebounder, but you make up for his rebounding. You don't make up for his defense, though. Not even close.
no, the rebounding is pretty much a wash. Drummond can hit more free throws. They're not going to do hack at Drummond. He could spread
Drummond
the
can
floor.
also
Yeah.
In theory, yeah, he shoots the quarter three.
But yeah, defense nowhere near as good. Now, Jonas just got bought out by Denver. If the Knicks get Jonas, now, I think Drummond is not as good as Mitch, but I think Jonas is better than Hugporty. So you can make the argument that they're as good as last year, or maybe even better because Jonas and Drummond don't have injury histories.
Is it Jonas or Jonas?
Whatever.
I know it's Valanciunas, whatever that
I don't
is.
care.
I'm not sure I should correct anyone on how to pronounce anything.
It has a J, so I'm pronouncing the J. But yes,
Yeah.
you're probably right. It's Jonas. But
I saw someone post.
he had a
someone
good
post on-
season last season.
He's a really. I mean, what you're getting basically with Valanciunas and Drummond, they're both not great defenders, but they both are big guys who can rebound, and that's a big deal.
The big guys who are well above average on rebounding, and they could spread the floor a bit too. So
The Knicks,
they're not a complete. I mean, they're both way better on offense, right?
yeah, they're both way better on offense. I think so. What you're saying basically, collectively, you'd rather have you'd have that Valanciunas and Drummond than Hugporty and Robinson. That's a decent arc. Hugporty. And I saw someone post on Twitter that like, oh, I'd rather have Hugporty than have Valanciunas, which I think is insane.
Yeah, no, I think
Hugporty's-
that's a crazy take.
Hugporty's not that. Hugporty's almost unplayable. There was one game against Philly where I think he had 5 fouls in like 5 minutes or something crazy. He had one good block in the finals, but he's not. He's still a project. And I think the Knicks were like, we are going all in next year to win the title. I need a center that's not a project, so that's why they didn't resign him. I'm assuming.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm torn because it's like you're giving up defense, elite defense. On the other hand, that elite defense was 20 minutes or less a game, and
Right.
not every game, and
was
you're getting
such
a lot better
not-
on offense.
Right, he was such a non-factor in the finals. This Knicks staff made Jordan Clarkson look like a good defender.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the centers. I mean, Hardenstein and Mitchell Robinson. I'm not saying that like the Knicks made them this good, but the Knicks helped both guys. Hardenstein just got a huge contract. Mitchell Robinson got a pretty good deal from Boston. Maybe the Knicks also are good at developing centers.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really develop centers that are 34 years old, but
Yes,
They're-
or just getting the most. I mean, you got Jordan Clarkson, who's also like 35, 30 years old. They got him to play defense, which is
Right.
pretty big.
yeah. If you could get them to step it up a little on defense, I think this is a good situation. So as we're doing this show, I'm just refreshing Shams every 2 minutes to see, because if they don't get Jonas, it's really, really bad after that.
Would you rather have Drummond on a 1-year deal for I think $2.5 million, or Walker Kessler for $150 billion?
I know, right?
What the hell are the Lakers doing? He played 5 games last year, like 40 the year before. I know Kessler's supposed to be good, but like he's barely even produced in the league.
So the Lakers lost Rui, Ayton, Hayes, Kennard, and Smart. And they got Grimes, Kessler, Looney, Mamu,
And LeBron
Sexton.
also.
Oh, yeah, and they lost LeBron. They got Sexton, and they signed Austin Reeves to also $1 billion.
I don't know what the Lakers are doing. The Kessler thing seemed really weird to me. They're trying to really build around Doncic, and they need a center to build around him, and he was the best available center, I guess. But like, that was crazy money for Kessler.
I mean, I feel like it was overpays for everybody
Everyone.
they got. Yeah.
Everyone. I mean, those guys who gave up also, I mean, like, really the only loss. I mean, losing LeBron's obviously a loss, and losing Ayton is not a loss. Like, who gives a shit you lost Ayton?
Right. Hayes wasn't really playing. Kennard barely played.
Yeah, most of the guys aren't losses. It's just really like all that they collectively signed a bunch of guys. Where you're like, what in God's name are they doing?
Yeah, like who are you bidding against?
Also, like, what are you winning with this team? Like, I don't know what the goal here is.
I think the goal is to just surround Luca with capable guys and then just let him be like
Cook.
95% of the offense. Yeah.
Right. I feel like it was tough to do the offense with all three of them. And LeBron's, I mean, all three of them, they'll play very good defense. So, like, minus LeBron, maybe Reeves and Doncic being like 90% of the offense will be good enough.
Yeah.
They're obviously going to be a good team. It's just, I don't see them winning anything with this team.
No.
I think
no.
what happened I think one thing that's happened is the Knicks broke everyone's minds in the NBA. Because there's all these things like you had to be this elite team, you had to be like the best, you had a top 3 player in your team, you had to have there's so many things that had to go right, it's almost impossible to win a title. Then the Knicks win a title and everyone's like, well, we could get hot in the playoffs.
Well,
We can do this.
it's also how they won it. They destroyed a couple teams to the point where they're like, we can't compete with this team for the next 2 or 3 years. We need to just make a bunch of moves, and they might not even make sense.
I don't think people thought that. No, I disagree. I think everyone thought if the Knicks can do it, we can do it also. Because the Knicks were like a 53-win team, so I think a lot of teams were like, if we can be like a 50-win team, we can win the title. I think so many teams went all in this. Like, it doesn't seem like more teams than ever have gone all in to try to win the title this year. The goddamn Wizards seem to be like, we're going all in.
I know. I love the Wizards' moves.
There were so many moves this offseason. The offseason's been crazy, and LeBron hasn't even signed yet.
So the Wizards lost D'Angelo Russell, but they got Ayton, Middleton, and Trae Young. They re-signed Trae Young.
And Anthony Davis, they still have.
They
also got the number 1 pick in the draft.
they're an unserious team.
I mean, they also have Alex Sarr, who is supposedly a good player. I don't know.
Great.
They got a lot of interesting players. I mean, I think they have a decent shot at the 10th seed. So I think Bill Simmons said, I think it was on his show. It was either Bill Simmons or Zach Lowe. I think it was Bill Simmons said regarding Mitch, he's like, it's one thing to go into the second apron for like a top, like one of your starters. Mm-hmm. You cannot go in the apron for a bench player. It just doesn't the penalties are too harsh for a bench player. And I as much as people want to hate James Dolan, I think the financial penalties are rough. I think the flexibility, to lose all the flexibility for a bench player, even Mitchell Robinson, does not make sense.
My favorite part of the offseason is the Hawks, who lost by 50 points, said, I'm going to hold. We're just not going to do anything. We're going to run it back. Let's run this team back.
We liked how we looked in the playoffs. When we got humiliated in the playoffs, that's us. We're going all in for that.
They added Devin Carter and Aaron Wiggins, 2 deep bench players, and that's it. They did nothing else.
Okay, so let's go through. I want to go through. I mean, go through the West also, but I want to go through the East and talk about how the East has gotten obviously better. I'd say, not that no one's near elite, but a lot of moves were made. A lot of teams.
Wait, nobody's elite?
Besides the Knicks.
Okay.
Besides the Knicks.
I was like,
I'm just
excuse
saying,
me?
I mean of the competition.
Okay.
I mean, everyone's trying to go all in, except for Boston. Everyone's trying to win the title. Boston, what the fuck are they doing?
Boston's like, you know what? We're so not serious. We're just gonna help. We're gonna help Philly maybe beat the Knicks because we can't.
Right, like it's almost what Milwaukee did with to help the Celtics win the title. When they're like, we're gonna trade for Dame and basically help Drew Holiday get to Boston so they can win the title.
You think Boston was like, all right, we'll trade you our top 2 player on the team, beat the Knicks, and then next year you can trade us some of your best players and we could alternate beating the Knicks. And Philly's like, yeah, we'll get right on that.
I think so. Here's what happened. I think the negotiations went like this. Hey, we're looking to move off PG. And Boston's like, yeah, if you're going to trade us Paul George, you gotta give us something. That contract is horrendous. Fine, we'll give you 2 firsts if you take his contract. Sure. Wait, hang on. I'm looking at the NBA rules. We have to match the salary. Really? You guys want Jalen Brunson? I mean, Jalen Brown? It almost seems like a throw-in just to match salaries. It doesn't even make any sense.
Well, I mean, obviously, Brown felt disrespected with the throwing him into the Giannis talks.
Yes. It's nothing more disrespectful than being like, what if we throw you in a trade for a guy who's completely over the hill?
Yeah, so, I mean, I get they had to trade him, but did they have to trade him for Paul George?
Yeah, I'm not referring to Giannis. He should have been traded for Giannis, but like the Paul George thing is just like insane that he got. Like if you think it's disrespectful to be offered for Giannis, then it's really disrespectful for like the corpse of Paul George.
How do GMs keep year after year falling for Paul George and Vegas falls for it? Like I've been cleaning up just betting the under on Philly. Like now I'm going to bet the under on Boston.
Okay, let's finish just a couple more things on the Knicks and then go to every team. I would say Paul George. I was watching one of the playoff games and with someone and they were like, I want Paul George to hit his first 3 shots in every game. I'm like, why is that a good thing? Because then he'll miss his next 17 shots. He will get too confident. You have to have him hit his first few shots.
Well, I'm sure as he hits his mid to late 30s, it'll get better.
Yeah, and he's healthy, and I'm sure the league will change its policy on taking steroids, so it'll be fine.
So the Boston added Mike Conley, Paul George, and Mitchell Robinson. So they better have a really strong bench because those guys aren't going to be playing in the playoffs.
Okay, you want to go through each team?
Well, we were talking about Paul George and the Celtics, so I figured I'd finish that off.
Okay,
they lost Vucevic too. So.
Okay, let's start. I guess let's go alphabetically on teams of the East. Okay, the Hawks, who you mentioned.
Yeah.
Their big move was like, hey, C.J. McCollum hit a couple shots against the Knicks. We gotta. I mean, I guess they had to bring him back, but like that's all they did, right?
Yeah, like I said, Devin Carter and Aaron Wiggins. That's it. Like they bolstered the 10th through 15th guy on the bench.
I mean, in fairness to the Hawks, they were one of the hottest teams going into the playoffs, and they went up 2-1 on the world champs.
Yeah.
So that's something.
Yeah.
And they lost by 50 in the last game in the playoffs. I mean, just got annihilated. And they were like, I like what we're seeing.
Yeah, I think we should just run this back.
So the Hawks last year, they won. To just go off last year's win. Wait, do we have the betting? Do you have the odds for each team?
I do, yeah. And
okay, the Hawks. What's the betting over under for the Hawks?
So I would like to thank DraftKings for not putting this in alphabetical order. So I have to just scroll until I find it.
Okay.
They don't even have all of the teams.
I don't think they have all the teams. Yeah, I thought it's not out yet. Okay, so last year anyway, the Hawks won 46 games. Are they going to be better or worse than last season? Overall, the East is better, so more of your competition is tougher. And the Hawks were a lot better second half of the year than the first half of the year. When they figured out that they got rid of Trey, that helped a lot.
Right. I'm like the younger guys in theory will get better, but their best guy is probably CJ, who's going to get worse. I would say under.
Yeah, I mean, like CJ was a nice addition, but you probably just getting older. Yeah, I don't see them being okay.
So they have about 10 teams on DraftKings, so I'll just jump in when we get to one of those teams.
The Celtics won 56 games last year. What's the under for the Celtics this next year? They had the Celtics, right?
Yeah, 51.5.
Okay. They added Mitchell Robinson, Paul George, Mike Conley. They lost Jalen Brown.
Stop doing that.
And Vucevic. Vucevic, I guess, is more of an addition by subtraction. The Celtics, and they also have Tatum healthy. So you took a team that won 56 games last year, replaced Jalen Brown with Jason Tatum, basically, and added Mitchell Robinson. All the role players had great years last year. Mm-hmm. The concerns are guys like, Derek White just keep getting worse. They also, the craziest thing of all is that they said Peyton Pritchard will take a Jalen Brunson type leap this year.
Under. Lock. It's a lock.
The idea that Pritchard will be something like every short player can perform like Jalen Brunson. Brunson's one of the best players in the league, if not maybe the best player in the league. Pritchard, that's ridiculous.
This is free money.
Yeah, I don't consider it free money because I think they're going to win about 51 games. They're still going to be a pretty good team. I don't think they're going to. You think they're going to be under?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Way under?
Yeah. Well, not way under, but high 40s.
Well, I mean, you really Tatum's a better player than Brown.
Is Tatum healthy? He played like 3 playoff games and then went out again.
He's got a whole offseason. Mitchell Robinson will play half the games.
And Paul George is going to get injured. So,
yeah, maybe you're talking me into the under.
and I feel like Derek White has peaked.
Yeah, he has definitely peaked. Pritchard also in the bigger role will probably get
Exposed.
exploited.
Yeah.
Exposed. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, yeah. So you're probably right. Okay, the Nets. The Nets, I don't know if they're not really going all in, but they're trying to get better, and they brought on Julius Randle. What they haven't done is hired Tom Thibodeau because they're not a serious team, but they got Randle, they got Wagner, Moritz, they got Keon Ellis, they lost Nick Claxton for who cares. What do you think of the Nets? Last year they won. I'm sure the Nets thing is not up. Last year they won 20 games. What do you got? What do you think?
I mean, I would bet they win more than 20 games.
Because it's hard not to win more than 20 games, right?
It is. But I would doubt they would win 30.
I feel like the Nets are like so mad about the NBA changing the draft rules because they're like, we're never gonna get another top pick unless we just get lucky now. Because like we'll win 12 games next year and still not have the top pick of the draft.
I mean, I think they're going to be like bad, but not embarrassing.
I don't know. I think Randall is going to have a very tough time coming back to New York to play with the other team in New York that didn't win the title last year. I think it's going to be a rough. And I think none of the young Nets look like. Does anyone look really good at the young players?
No, they're going to be bad.
They got so many draft picks and they're doing nothing with the draft picks.
I will probably. I'll probably take a hard look at Randall in fantasy basketball though, because he's going to put up numbers.
Yeah, he'll get like as long as they don't count the percentage. He's not going to shoot well from 3 or anything.
Well, he never does. He never does.
I think it's going to be a rough year for all around. I think like he's going to go back to like smoking weed and being like, this is not good for my mental health being on this team.
Well, the problem is they don't have anybody else to draw attention away from him, and that's where he turns into a turnover machine. Is when he gets double teamed, and it's.
This is going to look like the 2022 Knicks. The year before Brunson got there, when the year after they made the playoffs against the Hawks, the year everything fell apart.
Yeah.
Or maybe the 2020 Knicks, the one when they were just terrible before Tibbs got there. Okay. The Hornets. They had an interesting offseason.
They sure did.
They lost LaMelo. They lost Miles Bridges and Josh Green. Doesn't matter as much. They brought in Grayson Allen. They re-signed Kobe White. They got Royce O'Neal and Dorian Finney-Smith. Naz Reid. They got Naz Reid. Naz Reid obviously matters. The Hornets last year were also a team that was bad at the beginning of the year, but much, much better the second half of the year. They won 44 games. They seemed like a team on the rise. They made the playoff or made the play-in tournament. What do you think?
I think they're about a play-in team again. I think LaMelo is just he's so inefficient and so ball heavy. I think maybe running things through Con Canupo a little more. Like I think they might actually be better without him.
I think they're better without him.
Yeah,
no question. I think LaMelo's first of all he's injured a lot, and when he plays, he's a chuck. He's amazingly talented, but he's a chucker.
Yeah,
like he's just like there was. That play-in game, they had an epic playoff game that went to overtime where I think he missed 23s. Like, just, you cannot keep shooting the goddamn threes if you're missing him that much.
Yeah.
He is, I think, what do you think about Minnesota trading for him?
I was kind of disappointed to see that. I don't know. I'm not taking Minnesota very seriously now.
I am totally in for the under for them. I don't know how many wins it is, but like I totally think Anthony Edwards and LaMelo at times will look awesome together.
49.5. They're
on under. I am all in on the under for them.
Yeah.
There's no way. I'll also take the over for Charlotte. I think Concanopoulos in his second year. I think Kobe White, while not a traditional point guard, will do a lot better job. Nas Reed, I think, is a pretty good addition. Like, I think
Yeah.
this team is going to be, and they still have what's his name, the Brandon Miller. They are going to be really good. I think they're not like maybe 48, 49 wins. I think they're going to keep
Charlotte?
Charlotte, yeah.
Okay.
Am I being crazy?
A little.
I think I think their offense is really, really good. They have to work on their defense, but I think they're a hell of an offensive team.
Yeah, I think they might sneak into maybe the 7-8 seed. I don't know. The East has got a lot of good teams.
The
This
East
year.
is tough. The East is tough. I just think Charlotte is a team on the rise. I think Kobe White is a very solid. Like, I think he replaces a lot of what LaMelo does without the turnovers. I think Nas Reed will be a hell of an addition, and I think Knuppel was freaking great last year in his rookie year. Brandon Miller is going to get better. I think this team is going to be a lot better than people expect, and they're going to be a fun team to watch. I think. Okay, fine.
I think I don't know if they could get above 9.
9 what?
Ninth,
No, you really
ninth
don't
place.
think so?
Okay, who do you think
What-
they're better than? Do you think they're better than Pistons,
No,
Celtics,
probably not.
Knicks.
Obviously not the Knicks, right?
Cavs?
Yeah, so I guess they're not better than the Cavs. They're not better than the Raptors.
Hawks?
Maybe better than the Raptors actually, because I mean, like, how many games is Kawhi actually going to play?
Hawks, 76ers, Heat. Like, that's 8 teams
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah, the East has gotten a lot more competitive. So I'm not sure, but I think they're better than last year. That's okay. Let's go on to the next team, Chicago. Chicago lost. They brought in Zach Collins. They brought in Claxton. They got Norm Powell from Miami, which kind of screws Miami, which I really like.
Yeah.
They lost Anthony Simons, Colin Sexton. I mean, who cares?
What is Chicago doing?
I don't know. I just don't.
This
they're
is
just
like the
purgatory.
12th anniversary of me going, what is Chicago doing?
I mean, there's just some teams you're like, what are they building? Like, I have no idea. They had a bunch of players who were like, who looked pretty good until you like looked a little closer, and then like they just were not very good.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know
like,
why they gave up Kobe White. He seemed pretty good. I have no idea what they're doing.
I don't understand like your acquisitions or Claxton and Powell, which are fine if you're rounding a team out, but when they let half their good players go, like,
Who they let go though?
well, last season they got rid of Vucevic and Zach LaVine and DeRozan
Right, those are-
and like,
That's fine. Those guys you want to get rid of. You don't want Zach LaVine here. You don't want Vucevic here. You don't want those guys here.
yeah, but who they replace him with?
I don't know. You got to figure that out. But like those guys are just not going to be winning basketball players.
I just don't get why you're signing like a 34-year-old Norm Powell. Like,
Because you're like, I need someone to score. So like he's a solid player. They have. Remember last year through first 10 games of the season, people were like, "Oh, the Bulls! The Bulls are the surprise team out of the East."
they have Josh Giddey and like nothing else.
Giddey was putting up awesome numbers for the first 10 games of the season. People were really like excited about Chicago to start last year. Like the first month of the season, they were like, maybe first 3 weeks, people were like, "Whoa, what's Chicago doing? They're looking really good," and then they fell apart.
Yeah.
Remember last year also when the Miami Heat, they were like, "Oh, they're not doing any pick and rolls. They're geniuses. Their offense is just a movement offense. They are redefining the NBA. This is so crazy. Oh, wait. They're not that good."
All right, let's go on to another hilarious offseason.
Oh, hang on. Chicago, how many wins? Chicago Bulls had last year 31 wins, and they are nailing that again. Maybe worse. I don't know.
I might lean toward the under.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Okay, Cavaliers. They are a fun one. They signed Donovan Mitchell for the entire cap. $70 million a year for Donovan Mitchell. What are they doing?
They saw him get annihilated by Brunson, and they're like, let's max the hell out of this guy.
People are like, hey, the owners with this second apron and blah, blah, blah. And they screwed. You know what screwed up the league? These stupid contracts. Donovan Mitchell was already signed. You didn't have to. I mean, I guess they only had 1 year left on Mitchell, but like, this is insane. Mitchell shouldn't even want. I mean, I know he wants the $70 million, but it's going to make it almost impossible to compete.
Especially when they make it even more hilarious and re-sign Harden for $1 gajillion.
I don't know what's going to be funnier, when they sign Harden to this crazy deal, or if they don't sign Harden. And Harden's like, you lied to me, just like Philly lied to me. You guys are lying to me.
And they don't sign him, but they're still capped out because they gave Mitchell $1 billion.
Oh my God, this team is going to be so capped out. Like it's going to be ridiculous soon because you have Mitchell $70 million. You have Harden's going to get what, 40-something million dollars, and then you have
Mobley,
who's getting like 50 million. It's insane for a team that's not. I know they made the Eastern Conference Finals. They lost in 4. They, I know they analytically won the title last year, but like this is not that great of a team.
they made the Eastern Conference Finals, but then they didn't show up to the Eastern Conference Finals.
They lost Dean Wade, who I think actually is a bigger deal than they're
worse. They're literally worse. It's the
But
same
are they?
team, less Dean Wade.
But hang on. But the one factor here is LeBron going to the Cavs.
Does that even move the needle for you? Are you scared of the? You're scared of the Cavs if LeBron shows up?
I'm not scared of the Cavs. I'm not scared of the Cavs, but it obviously moves the needle. It has to move the needle. You're getting LeBron James, vet minimum. He's going to be a starter. Not like he's going to be coming off the bench. He moves the needle. How does LeBron James like he's? What do you think? He's top 25 player in the NBA now? Maybe top 30?
Yeah, I just
Top
feel
25
like
probably.
he's better than Dean Wade. That's an upgrade. But then Harden is a year older, and he's going to be just a mess. So like they're better, but only slightly, I think.
The Knicks are a better team, but they're definitely Cavs are. If they had 52 wins last year, if they get LeBron, they're probably over, and they're probably if they don't get LeBron, they're probably under. But like getting LeBron is a huge factor here, and he's it seems like the most likely scenario to go to like where do you think LeBron's going? The front runners right now are Miami, Cleveland, or Philly, and I'm sure he'll draw this out. But where do you think he's going?
What an absolute front runner this guy is.
Well, if he goes to Cleveland, he's not really a front runner because he'd be like, "Hey, that's my home. I'm going back to Cleveland." It's not crazy.
They just happen to be a top 4 team last year, though.
Well, they had to the NBA had to give them the first pick in the draft for him to go back there.
No, but I mean, they
still-
were a top 4 like literally a month ago.
Are you really going to knock LeBron? Like, it's one thing if he goes to the team that just won the title, but if he's going for a ring at this point in his career, he's like 43 years old? How old is he?
I think he's 41, about to turn 42.
Okay, he's like 25th year. He's 41. You're right. I
I don't know how he's only 41. He feels like he's like 45.
He started when he was 25. I mean, when he was 18. I mean, he's of all players, he's earned the right to be like, I'm gonna sign a vet minimum and try to get a ring. But it's also like he's not gonna be like, I'm gonna be an afterthought on that team. I'm gonna be a starter on that team.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is he gonna do? Like, is it gonna be very fun for him to like go back to the Lakers and just be miserable, or go like sign a big $50 million contract with some like with the Memphis Grizzlies? Like,
It's fine.
do you-
It's fine. You know what? I hope
do you-
he joins the Cavs because I want him to experience playoff Harden.
where he's like, LeBron James is wanted for murder.
Yeah, I mean, you think that J.R. Smith meme was funny? We're gonna get a new one for Harden.
Oh my God! When in Game 7 of the first round, the Cavs lose when James Harden blocks his teammate LeBron James' shot. You really would give him crap. I mean, it's one thing in the prime of your career, like you're Kevin Durant, you go to the title, the defending champs. I don't know if that would you really be annoyed if LeBron goes ring chasing here?
No, I would be more annoyed if he went to Philly than I would if he went to Cleveland.
And also, like, if he went to like Oklahoma, San Antonio, or the Knicks, you'd be like, this is a little bit of bullshit. But like,
Yeah.
he's going to a team that like they really need him. Any of those teams, those 3 teams need him basically if they want to have a shot.
Yeah.
But so Knicks are better, but Cleveland. Where do you think LeBron will end up? So argument, Cleveland's my home. Miami, I obviously played there. I'm going back to Miami. I think Philly is just no real connection.
Right. I think he's going to Cleveland. I'm pretty sure he's making a farewell season documentary, and it just makes sense to do the I'm coming home and third tour with Cleveland, and
I feel like if he goes to Miami or Philly or anywhere else, he has to win the title. It's title or bust. If he goes to Cleveland and just has 1 or 2 more years and retires, no one's going to go crazy if he doesn't win the title.
Right.
Because it's still I'm coming home. I want to play my last year with the team I started with.
Also, people are like, "Oh, you have Harden, I understand." But if he doesn't win with Giannis or Brown or something, that's like, okay, you couldn't win with those guys.
You know what's going to be great? He's going to demand just enough of a contract that Cleveland, to sign him, has to trade Jared Allen.
Right.
Just something just idiotic.
Yeah. I don't want to play for the minimum. I want $10 million, and then they're just that short.
Okay, so let's go and we're staying with the East here. Detroit Pistons. The Pistons, who did not show up to the playoffs, they won. How many games did they win last year? They won 60 games. What's the over/under for them? I bet that's posted.
I don't think it is. No.
Okay, so Detroit said at the trade deadline they said we are good enough to win the title. In the offseason they said they just totally terrible in the playoffs, and then in the offseason they said we're still good enough to win the title. Why have they not done anything? I mean, they added Isaiah Joe, who was a solid pickup from the Thunder. They added John Collins for some reason. I have no idea why. And they added Gary Harris. And they lost Tobias Harris, which does matter.
And Isaiah Stewart.
Oh, yeah, they lost Isaiah Stewart also. I don't know why he's not on the departure list, but and Jalen Duren is not yet signed.
He's not.
He's coming back.
He wants to leave, but I don't think he has a market for what he wants.
Yes, he thinks he's Walker Kessler. He's not Walker Kessler.
But you know what? A super pissed off, I don't want to be here, Duran is hilarious for chemistry as well. So I'm all for that. I want just the locker rooms of every team in the East except the Knicks to just be a complete shit show, and I'm here for it.
I know Duran wants a crazy deal, like a max deal, but he's got to be looking at this being like, Walker Kessler played 5 games. I am so much better than him. Mm-hmm. And that dude got this money and I didn't get anything?
Mm-hmm. Well, the funny thing is I think the Pistons can offer him $285, and the highest any other team can offer is $177. So there's no reason for the Pistons to offer him a dime above $177, which will really, really piss him off. So
I love he was trying to orchestrate a trade to Sacramento. No one in the history of basketball has wanted to go to Sacramento.
You think Sacramento would have jumped on that just for the fact that nobody wants to be there?
Yeah, anyway, so what do we think? So Detroit's going to be worse than last year, right?
Yeah, I think Collins is a downgrade over Stewart, and
clearly,
I think losing. I think pick who you want: Harris, Joe, Prince. They're all downgrades over Tobias, so they're worse.
Right. Isaiah Joe was a solid pickup for your bench, but you just lost a starter.
Yeah,
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know what Detroit's doing. Cade is very good. The rest they're gonna have to figure shit out. And maybe Jalen Duren gets better. I mean, he's only in year 4, I guess year 5, going into year 5. Is that right?
Yeah, I would bet if the over under is around 60, I'm betting the under.
I mean, Detroit it really was crazy. They looked so good in the regular season, and they were so mediocre in the playoffs. They really should have lost to the Magic.
They would have if Franz didn't get injured. They would have lost in the first round. Yeah,
absolutely. So yeah, I'm definitely under on them. Okay, next one is the Pacers. The Pacers, basically their big move is getting back
Halliburton.
They lost. They didn't really lose anyone. They got Kelly Oubre. Doesn't really matter.
Oubre's not a bad addition.
He's a solid player. He was a starter on Philly.
I'm not worried about the Pacers, though.
No, so Pacers, obviously, their under-over is not going to be last year's under-over. They're obviously going to win more than 19 games.
Yeah.
They're probably a 40-something, 45, 46-win team. The question really is, are they a lot better?
44.5 is the over-under.
Yeah, the tough one. I guess you got Zubac, he's a really good player. Halliburton, you have to assume is going to. So the question really is with this injury, does it take 1 year or 2 years to get back to your form?
See, the Pacers are talking wild, like Halliburton's back. The Pacers are going to be back in the conference finals. And I'm like, Halliburton isn't even the one that he had that one shot, but like the whole rest of that comeback was not him.
No, but Halliburton was like the orchestrator. Like they were really good because of Halliburton. Like everyone else played really well, but Halliburton made everyone better. But the Achilles injury, like most guys, I think they take 2 years to get fully back to where they were pre-injury.
Yeah, even if he's fully healthy this year, I'm not. I don't know. I'm looking at the rest of their roster. I'm not sure they're
I mean, it's the same roster that like made the finals the year before.
no, they lost a few pieces.
Who they traded Turner for Miles Turner for Zubac. Zubac is an upgrade. What else did they lose?
They lost Nem.
Did Nembhard's gone?
I don't know if I get them mixed up. Nemhard or Nesmith. I think they have
Naismith. It's so annoying. So I'm like, how do you have two starters have the exact same name basically?
I know.
Both those guys they're not back. One of them's gone because I don't see them in the departures.
Yeah, I think they lost them last year. That's why.
I don't think you're right.
No. Okay. Okay.
Let me look at the paper roster because I thought both guys were on the team last year. They have.
I could be wrong.
Nemhart and Naismith are both on the team. Are you thinking of? Because they lost the guy who they traded in the. Who was their first round pick? The 10th in the draft. He went to the Clippers in the Zubac trade.
Who am I thinking of? Oh,
and he was still a free agent, right? Ben Mathurin.
That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what happened. I thought he was a pretty good player, but like. Anyway, so the Pacers are probably around 44 wins. I think it's a hard under/over, but they're not challenging the Knicks.
Right.
Okay, let's go into the Heat. They got Giannis. They lost 1 million players. Ware, Powell, Jaquez, Hero, whatever. They lost a ton of players. They basically they got Giannis, they got Wiggins, they have Bam, they got Bobby Portis. They don't have much else. So they're a team also like they really, really need LeBron.
Over under 48.5.
Under.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Giannis will be hurt, and I don't think this team's gonna be that good. I mean, like they're going on having an elite big men, but no guards.
Yeah, I'd almost rather LeBron go here because they don't really scare me as much.
I think he's going to Cleveland. I can understand. There's an argument for him going to Miami also. But who are their guards? They got Damian Mitchell. They got Hardaway Jr. Losing Norman Powell, I think, really mattered.
Yeah. They got Wiggins and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think Giannis is like, okay, cool. Can you trade me again? This was his preferred place. Like, so the two offers were, I guess, going to Miami or Boston. And I'm happy the Knicks were not in on no longer need to be in on this conversation with Giannis or any other player. But do you think should Milwaukee have traded him to Miami or Boston? Do you like the return they got from Miami or should they gotten Jaylen Brown?
I kind of like the return they got from Miami, just because Jaylen Brown's going to want an extension for, a Donovan Mitchell type $70 million a year.
Right. So, your team's going to be bad anyway. You don't want to have to pay Jaylen Brown.
I would probably rather Harrow, Hawkwez, and Ware for still less than what Jaylen Brown's going to get. And a couple of draft picks in Miami might not be good. So.
Right. It's going to be a little while to rebuild. I like Ware. I think he's actually a pretty good player.
Since the odds are evened out, do we even have to they're not gonna be that good even an issue? It's just like either they miss the playoffs or they don't. If they miss the playoffs, it's the same odds, right? Pretty much.
It's basically the same. I mean, you have slightly better odds. Like it's the seats 4 through 6 are the best odds, but it's not not amazingly better. So like it's kind of very flat odds.
It's less thinking involved. You're just like, will they make the playoffs or not?
Right. There's no point in tanking anymore. But anyway, the Heat. Again, these teams just don't seem like they're better and they're interesting. Are they really a threat? Also, Bam and Giannis do not space the floor at all.
No.
Both of them can kind of shoot threes. And also, like, really, if you're playing the Miami Heat, you're like, hey, why don't we just let Bam and Giannis shoot threes? That's the best defense we can play.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Bobby Portis is a nice addition, but okay. So the Bucks, what was their win total last year? They had. It is also funny how the NBA, like every year, we're like, okay, like, oh, Denver, will they be a dynasty? The Bucks, will they be a dynasty? Like, it's. The second apron has helped create parity in the NBA. 8 straight years with different winners. Do you like this?
Yes and no. I don't like that there's penalties for keeping guys that you may have like drafted. Like OKC right now, they drafted really well. They did the right thing. They were smart about the draft. They built through it. They paid their top 3 guys. When the next round of guys comes up, they have no money to pay them, and they're just gonna have to lose them. Like, I'm glad it's happening to OKC, but like, if the Knicks ever drafted somebody ever, I'd be pissed if they couldn't keep them.
As a fan of a team that doesn't use the draft, I don't mind these rules. I think you also have to at some point talk your top players into not taking max deals. Like at some point, that's going to be the thing that's going to be the reckoning and being like, hey, we can't give our best player $70 million. This is stupid. At some point, the max deals have to kind of go away or be reserved for just the best players. Only one guy on a team can get a max contract. You have to figure this out. Like OKC, they're going to lose players, but you know what? Like Chet Holmgren is not worth a max deal.
Right.
He got totally exposed in the playoffs. He is. If you're losing players because you overpaid Chet, it's because you overpaid Chet. It's not the second apron is not the problem. It's because you overpaid him.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. If a guy makes an all-star team, they're like, he should get the maximum possible. Whereas I feel like you're better off. Like you're better off with like 5 guys that make 30, 40 million than 2 guys who make 70.
You can't have what the like Boston. What's his name? Brad. Who's
Stevens?
Brad. Yeah, Brad Stevens said, like, I can't have, like 70% of the cap going to 2 players.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't win that way.
Yeah.
No way, of course, he traded Jaylen Brown's salary for almost the exact same salary from Paul George. But he doesn't have to re-sign Paul. He doesn't have to extend Paul George either.
Right.
So,
I mean, and at least Paul George is older and more injury-prone.
Yeah. Well, he'll be... You have to pay Paul George for 2 more years. Jaylen Brown, you probably had to pay for 6 more years. Because you probably had, like, 3 more years, but then you have to extend him. It would just be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you have to like the Knicks, the way it's set up basically, like first of all, it's crazy that Brunson is the 3rd highest player on the team, 3rd highest paid player. Is that insane?
Yeah, well, I mean, the Knicks got a lot of guys to buy in and take a little bit less, and they won a championship. And I'm wondering if other players are. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of players that are like, I just want to get paid and we'll figure it out. But I wonder if there's a couple players who are going to look at this and say, $40 million a year is basically infinite money anyway, if I'm not a complete idiot. Maybe I take 40 instead of 55, and now we have a much better chance of winning a championship.
I was trying to find, someone posted, and I can't find it, but they posted like the last like 8 or 10 like finals winners, and the percentage of the cap that was taken up by their top 2 players. And for the most part, most of the time, most teams are around 50%. But it was like the Knicks actually were on the higher percentage. But like it was just, the whole idea was like what percentage can these 2 players take up?
I found a fun fact. Out of every player in the history of the NBA to make at least $300 million or more, Jaylen Brown is the only player with a negative plus minus.
Are you gonna pull this analytic crap on me?
I mean, he has a negative plus minus for his career with the Celtics, a team that won the championship. Like
he was the MVP of the finals.
I know,
MVP of the Eastern Conference. Like he's a very good player. He's just not like you may not want him as your number one.
Right.
And also, I guess the problem is that like he now wants to be your number one.
Yes, he does.
But,
Which is funny because he's going to a team where he's arguably like number 3.
Yeah, but you're right. Like that's interesting that he is the only guy who made $300 million who's a negative plus minus.
Yeah.
Was he not like were they kind of bad his first couple of years or how is that possible?
Well, I mean, Tatum doesn't. And they played together the whole time.
That's crazy. I don't know. The whole analytics like of what's like. He's clearly a very good player. He'll make Philly better. Obviously, he plays with Paul George. He's a strong positive. It's interesting though. Bucks are trash. We're done with the Bucks.
Yeah. Actually, no. I think DeMar DeRozan also has a negative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's got to have a negative.
Yeah. DeMar
I
DeRozan
think
has
it
a negative 1.7. Jaylen Brown has a negative 1.3.
Okay. I mean, DeRozan has been on a lot of bad teams. It makes sense. It is interesting, but I overall I prefer parity. I mean, I prefer parity to end with the Knicks winning, repeating as champions. But and the Knicks also they have a nice 4-year window to compete for a title.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would say they're all 5 starters are going to be together for the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But I think also going into the second apron sounds like a good idea now. But if you did that to sign Mitch and you're stuck in the second apron and then something happens with the starters or something goes wrong and you want to make moves, you're going to be really pissed.
Right.
Okay, Philly. Philly obviously got Jaylen Brown. They lost, and they got Dean Wade. They lost Paul George. They lost Drummond, Oubre, Grimes. But how is Philly?
They have a really, really good starting lineup, and they have no bench.
None. No bench whatsoever. Well, okay, so their starting lineup now is Embiid, Brown, the 2 guards, and Dean Wade, right?
Yeah.
Who's on the bench?
Nobody. I mean you're talking like Trendon Watford, Dominic Barlow, like Ariel Hukporty.
Who played against the Knicks? Barlow, Bona,
and Hukporty.
I don't know why they thought Hukporty would be an upgrade over Drummond.
I mean, this is really bad. Oh, and Anthony Simons.
Well, I guess the big thing for them is, do they get LeBron? I don't think he's going to Philly. If they got LeBron, that'd be a pretty big difference maker, right?
Yeah, because then you move Dean Wade to the bench, and that's a good player for the bench.
Yeah, that would look a lot better. I don't know. I mean, the positives are Maxey is an awesome player. What's his name? Who's the other guy? Edgecombe. That was his rookie year. He's gonna get better. I feel like those two those are awesome guys to build around. I think a lot's gonna depend on Embiid's health. So if Embiid's healthy, they're fucked. If he's not healthy, they're probably better.
But if he's, what are they going to start? I guess they'll start Dean Wade at center.
Or Huckport. I love the fact that when Embiid's out there, he's going to demand the ball, and they're like, "You really don't need to demand the ball. You could not be more worse for this team." It was. I love the playoff strategy of hey, Tyrese Maxey looks really good. Let's give it to the other guy who's a shell of his former self.
Now that I think about it, this team doesn't really worry me as much as I thought. They have zero bench.
Embiid is a huge problem. Whether he's healthy or not, I don't know. He's a huge problem.
Yeah.
Though I have to say, they had the 2 of the top 5 worst contracts in the NBA, and they traded one of them.
That is true. Although
that was pretty good.
Brown might be one of the worst contracts in the NBA, in 2 years.
No, I don't know. Can you also on that phone call? They're like, "Hey, do you also want Embiid?"
I mean, you don't think Brown at $70 million hitting his 30s is going to be a problem?
Is he going to be $70 million, or that's the extension he wants? Obviously.
Well, he's going to get it.
Actually,
He's not going to go there and not get
Teams
the
have to-
extension.
teams have to say no. They have to like, hey Jalen, you're signed through next. How many years does he have left?
Sorry, he has.
He's got 3 more years.
He has 3 more years. Yeah, he's only making $60 million a year for those 3 years.
That's okay. But teams are going to have to start saying, I know you're eligible for the extension, but who gives a fuck?
So when he's 32, he's going to be making $65 million, and then he's going to want an extension.
The first correction has to be teams being like, we're not going to, just because you're eligible, we're not like, I know Devin Booker, you've been great, but our team has sucked completely. We don't need to give you $70 million. Teams have to start saying no
Yeah.
and get guys to take less than the max. But, yeah, that will look like a bad. Well, the thing is, like, he's still a very good player. I mean, he's not worth $70 million, but, like, would you rather pay Jaylen Brown $70 million or Paul George $50?
I guess.
Paul George has been
Brown-
putting up some numbers lately, but, like, I think he's a negative on the court.
I guess Brown 70. It's so hard when you have a guy making that much, though.
Yeah, but he's still like he's a two-way player. He's still a very good player.
Philly over under 48.5.
I would say over. I'd say over because I think Maxey and Edgecombe are really good. You're right. They have no. The center position gets really weak for half the season when Embiid doesn't play, and they have no bench. It's going to be a.
They
gonna be
might have
interesting.
the worst bench in the NBA.
I don't know. I think there's some bad benches out there. Cleveland's bench is pretty horrible. Have you looked at Cleveland's bench?
Yeah, I thought they were deep like a year ago. I don't know what happened to them.
They have no one on the bench. Like a lot of these teams, like you know whose bench is pretty bad? All the other teams in the East trying to compete with the Knicks have a terrible bench. The Miami Heat, their bench is terrible.
Yeah.
The lesson no one seemed to learn is that the Knicks, like, you have to have a bench. Knicks learned that they won the title. These teams just don't have benches.
Yep.
The I totally like the fact that like Leon punted on the draft. It's kind of frustrating, but I also get him saying like I'd rather have veterans. We're going for the title. Bringing back Shamet, bringing back well, we haven't brought back Clarkson yet. But bringing
Alvarado.
back Alvarado, like that was much more important than getting a guy out of the draft. I'm also kind of excited for that guy Nichols. I think he sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You know the summer league starts on Friday. They play 4 games. I am all in. Have you looked at the Knicks summer league roster?
No.
You are going to want to watch these games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Knicks summer league roster. Here's where you're going to watch these games. It's Dadier, Diawara, Nickel. Who else? I thought. I guess not playing. I thought Tyler. I thought Kolek was playing also, but I guess not. But like, still, are you not going to watch Diawara, Dadier, and Nickel?
Yeah, why not?
I totally want to see those guys.
All right, we got 2
Yeah.
teams left.
By the way, what's the deal with Dadier? Is he the Knicks? Is he really going to be good?
No.
He's shown no. I have not seen. I haven't seen him in practice, and the Knicks have seen him in practice. But I feel like he's looked terrible. And you would have thought the Knicks would have traded him to get salary cap like space, but they seemed like intent on keeping him. They must think he's going to be something.
Either that or everyone else is like, no, we saw.
I don't. I think 100% they think he's going to be something.
Okay,
Like they. I mean, maybe he won't, but they really believe in his talent.
that's fine.
Okay, whatever. The Knicks would be wrong on one pick. Okay, we have left the
Raptors.
Also are interesting. Again, all these teams like kind of they lost Ingram, Mamusovlecki, Sandro, whatever, who's pretty good. They lost Grady Dick. They got Kawhi. That's the big move. What do you think of the Raptors? So you basically swap out Ingram for Kawhi.
Right, and make them a slightly thinner on the bench.
Yeah, again, bench is not amazing. Kawhi, when healthy, is a top 10 player in the league.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
Will go into Canada and will the Canadian healthcare system keep Kawhi going?
He will be turning 35 this season.
Yes.
Do you know
Are there-
when the last time he played 70 games was?
Last time I played 70 games, I am going to guess it was for the Spurs.
You are correct. 2017.
Wow. It's been a while. One thing I would say is that one thing that's going to help him. Firstly, you have the healthcare system in Canada, and second, I don't know if you know this is what's big, but trees are big in Canada, so he can probably get a second job with a tree company pretty easily.
Do you think he went to the only team not in the United States so he can't get arrested?
Yeah. There was a joke. It was just a conspiracy. It was a joking conspiracy, like this basically that like. Because there's rumors about him doing this, like wanting some kind of like no work job to pay him extra money. Back when he was leaving the Raptors, and so the joke basically was that like this is like almost the league stepping in to I think it was asked to Bill Simmons kind of a joking thing, but like do you think basically the NBA said we are going to basically punish you by making you go back to the Raptors?
I mean, it would be funny if he was just dodging the cops and he only played home games.
That would be really hilarious. When's the last time Kawhi was healthy for the full playoffs?
Ooh.
Forget the regular season. When's the last time he was healthy in the playoffs for all the games that his team played in the playoffs?
It's got to be Toronto, right?
Yeah.
2019, 7 years ago.
This is why I don't believe in them. Because they could be very good in the regular season. There is no way Kawhi is lasting 4 rounds of the playoffs.
Right.
So, or whatever. There's no way he's going through all the playoff games. So I think, what's the over-under for them? Is that posted?
Toronto, I think it is. They are 47.5.
I'd probably take the over. But beyond Kawhi, IQ cannot stay on the floor. RJ can barely stay on the floor. A lot of injury risk on that team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also IQ. I like IQ. It's not that amazing. RJ is solid. I don't see how this puts the Toronto over the top either. I think all these teams were like, if the Knicks can do it, we can do it. So all these teams made these moves because they think they can do what the Knicks did.
Right. They all did it wrong.
Nailed it wrong. Okay, and then speaking of doing it wrong, the Wizards. The Wizards watched the Hawks go, we are better because we got rid of Trey. And the Wizards were like, what if we sign Trey to 4 years?
For like way more than I was expecting to see.
Is Trey like top 5 worst contract in the NBA or top 10?
10.
Probably top 10 because guys are getting paid more.
Yeah.
But he's 1 year removed from being a top 5 worst contract, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you still have Paul George and Embiid as the top 2.
I don't know, but Paul George's contract was movable.
Just because it's movable doesn't mean it's not one of the worst.
Okay, so they got Trey Young. He's usually pretty healthy. I don't think he's going to be an injury risk. You never know. Anthony Davis will play half the games. And they got DeBonza, who's supposed to be really good. I mean, you have to count for these rookies who are supposed to be really good. Wizards, what's the over-under for them? Is that posted?
No.
I mean, so last year they won 17 games. They're probably, a 30-win team?
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're not, maybe 35. I don't see how they're going to compete for the top 10 seeds.
No, definitely not. They're going to be in the bottom again.
But I think I wonder if they're going to be an easy over or easy under. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't under, I would say.
We never record shows. We've gone way long here.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about the Knicks? Besides that, we're going to win the title again.
No, but if you want other bad contracts, Devin Booker. 4 years from now, he has a $70 million player option. I would also submit Davis. He only has 2 years left, but he's making 60 each year.
Were there any really what the moves in the West were so much just got teams outside the Lakers did some weird stuff. Minnesota got LaMelo. Portland got Ja. What do you think about Portland's move getting Ja?
Portland's another team. I'm like, what are you doing?
I mean, they have Dame coming back also, and they also still have Scoot, which I guess they don't believe in Scoot Henderson anymore. I think if you're Portland, you're like, no one's coming here anyway. It's a chance, guys still got a high ceiling. It's probably you have to go for it sometimes with these players.
Oh, and I might round out my top 5 worst contracts with De'Aaron Fox.
Yes.
He has 4 years left.
He's not terrible unless he's facing the Knicks.
Yeah, but that fourth year is $62 million.
I'm surprised they didn't make any attempt to move De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
You really, because he also should be a starter on your team next year. Like, Harper is a better player.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to play all 3 guards? What are you going to do?
I don't know. I like this situation, though.
Because it's like chaos?
Yes. I hope it destroys the locker room.
Where would you offer, like, obviously this offseason's not over. They can make a trade. Where would they offer, what $50 million player could you trade De'Aaron Fox for that would actually make some sense?
Ooh.
By the way, also building on this, should San Antonio have called up Boston and traded De'Aaron Fox for Jaylen Brown?
I don't know what... Yeah.
Why wouldn't both teams do that?
Yeah,
San Antonio could throw in a pick. Like what?
Yeah, I
tell
guess
me
that
why-
does kind of make sense.
Would you rather have Paul George or De'Aaron Fox?
De'Aaron Fox, yeah.
Yeah. So he can do something in your team. And
Right.
also, if you're San Antonio, would you rather have De'Aaron Fox blocking Harper, or would you rather have Jaylen Brown actually complementing your team?
Right. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Where the hell would the Spurs in this? Like, what?
I don't know. Drop the ball.
This makes no sense.
I think Brown's
whatsoever.
extension scared everybody off. That's really what I think it is.
By the way, I think Wemby gets signed for, like, they said, like, around the same amount of money now. An extension. Would you extend Wemby for, like, $260 over 4 years?
I think you have to. I wouldn't feel good about paying any NBA player that much money, but for Wemby, you have to. What are you
I
going to
have
let him
to.
walk? You know?
I mean, at some point, this is gonna be the deal for Jalen Brunson. Are you gonna say yes, right?
Right. Anyway, that's our show. Thanks for listening. We're NY Knicks Podcast on all social media and the New York Knicks Podcast at gmail.com. And I guess we will be back when something happens. Kind of the dregs of the summer now. But we'll be back at some point.
We also canceled our show, so
Yeah, that's true. We also quit like 13 months ago. So
we just came back for the playoffs. We probably maybe before the season, maybe we'll do a season preview. But we're not doing regular episodes anymore,
Right.
Unless something crazy happens.
in the meantime, we have a comedy show, The Brink of Sanity. You could check that out. And I do a horror movie podcast called 3 Basket Cases. So check those out.
But the Knicks, I like this window. I still can't believe they won the title, and I think they have a very strong chance of winning another title.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go Knicks.
Goodbye, everybody. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye. You better go away. I'm gonna leave